So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of the Chill Dude on a Couch. And of course, I'm talking about the band Green Day, who just released a brand new album today called Saviors. And you have to ask yourself, are we saved? Is this music saving Green Day? Because let me tell you, the bar is so low that the bar is on the floor, because their last four albums, especially Father of All in 2020, was so bad that I had to make a video and Is It That Bad? Because it just was an atrocious album that the band didn't sound like them. So my expectations were so low that I'm like, yeah, Green Day. I had lost a little bit of the love for the band. But back in 2021, I actually saw Green Day live when they did the tour for that album, but I knew they were gonna play other songs, so I went to go see it because it was Green Day with Weezer and Fall Out Boy. And when I saw Green Day playing live on that tour, I kind of fell in love with the band again. Call it nostalgia, because it's a band reminds me of great times in the 90s, because I love albums like, of course, Dookie. Who doesn't love Dookie? And Kerplunk and 1,000 Happy Hours. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. And yes, the band then started evolving, and when it came down to 2004's American Idiot, they did this rock opera and they changed their sound and they evolved. But to me, yeah, this is their last album that I really truly enjoyed completely. After this, it was a lot of some good tunes, but a lot of filler in their album. So I kind of lost love for the band. But when they announced this album, Saviors, they put out a few singles they Look My, I Got No Brains, and they put the American Dream Is Killing Me. And you know what? I like what I heard. I heard a band that sounded like themselves again. And the American Dream Is Killing Me is the first single that they put out, and it's the opening track of the album, and it's got those American Idiot type of vibes. They're tackling what's wrong with the world today. The American dream does not work for everyone, and they say it in the song. And yeah, people started complaining, Green Day is getting political. What the hell? Punk has always had political undertones, especially good punk. And Green Day, they started as a punk band, but they're always really being very pop punk, and they had some goofiness to them, but also some serious side to them, and also ballads. Who can remember Time of Your Life from I think it was 98, that even included that song on a Seinfeld episode, and it was huge. So they're a band that can do many different styles. So they put out four singles, and I thought some of the singles were fine. I really like the American Dream Is Killing Me, and I think Look Ma, I Got No Brains is more of a punky track, 2-minute track, very upbeat. So it's a fun track. But there was one of the singles that I didn't enjoy that much, and it was One-Eyed Bastard. What is the problem with that song? When it starts, the initial riff, I don't know why, it sounded like a Pink song. That one, So What, I'm Still a Rock Star, I don't know if you people heard it, but I heard it. And it sounds like a lot of recycled parts of other songs, and I didn't think it was that strong. It's not bad, but it's fine. And I think they also released another one of the singles that they released that I thought, when I first heard it, I wasn't blown away by it, but after repeat listens, I really love it. It's the song Dilemma. Because it's a serious song, I like the initial guitar where it starts more softly, and it's this is my dilemma. It's it's not an invitation, and he talks about dealing with self issues like drinking, and it's a great song. I think something that this album does well is that Billy Joel Armstrong is writing good songs again, because the last few albums, I think the songs were not good. So I'm glad that Billy got that muse back, and he's writing songs that are good. That sounds like cohesive thoughts and songs. So this is something I enjoy. The last single that they released was Bobby Socks, and that one they released with the album. And this one really sounds like Weezer to me. And it makes sense. They toured with Weezer, so it's kind of like that a happy-go-lucky love song. It's like, do you wanna be my girlfriend or do you wanna be my boyfriend? And it falls in the cheesy territory, but you know what? Green Day, if you think about it, has always had some cheese to their songs, but it's good cheese. It's the right amount of cheese, so I like it, but it does sound like Weezer on that track. Then let's talk other tracks that are on the record, because this is 15 songs, 46 minutes. So there's tracks that I enjoyed, like I thought 1981 is really catchy and really fun, and also it has that cheese. And I like it, and the band is also been playing this song live for a few times, so people already heard it. Then you have fun tracks like that are fast tracks like Coma City, Strange Days Are Here to Stay, and Living in the 20s. I think those are great tracks. They're very upbeat, and Living in the 20s has more of like that political side again. They're saying, you know, how living in the 20s, there's so much things going on, school shootings. So they tackle serious subject matter, but in a fun way, as only Green Day could do. Then you have the ballad, that is father to a son. And yeah, it can fall into the dad rock territory, but you know what? I am a dad. And I was listening to this song. It's like Billy Armstrong wrote this song for me. He's speaking to me as a father. So I find it's a beautiful track about, you know, a father talking to his son that, you know, he's gonna try to be the best that he can be. And sometimes there are challenges, but he always wants to be a father figure that he can look up to. And you know what? Me being a father, I can relate to this. It's a beautiful track. And it's not like completely like power ballad. You know, it has some, at the end it gets more faster. So it's really good. I think tracks that for me are a little bit of a throwaways would be Corvette Summer and Susie Chapstick. I just thought Susie Chapstick sounded like a very retro sounding song, and the cheese there went overboard. So those are my two least favorite tracks from the record, but you know what? I don't hate them. They're better than anything of Father of All. So that's a good point. And the album ends with two solid tracks with Saviors, which I don't know why I thought that album, that could have been the album closer. And Saviors is a very anthemic track with a great chorus. It got that type of chorus that you imagine when they play that live, people are gonna sing that song all the way through. And then Fancy Sauce, I think it has a funny title, but but it's actually a song, you know, about thinking about our own mortality. And also they say a lot about crazy, and they rhyme crazy with lazy at the beginning, and I thought that was a little bit cheesy. I'm like, oh, crazy, oh, you're so lazy. I'm like, okay, Billy, you can rhyme, sir, good for you. But yeah, but in conclusion, Saviors by Green Day is the best album that the band has released since American Idiot. And also, it's very important to note that this is their first album since 2012 that they have Rob Cavallo producing. And if you know him, Rob Cavallo produced these two records. So their best records are produced by him. So that is a great thing. And so, yeah, I'm not blown away by Saviors because the bar was set very low. But it's an album that I think it's good, and I think it's their best album in 20 years. I'm excited that Green Day have decided to go back and do a record that the fans are going to like. Yeah, I think sometimes they played a little safe, but when you release one of their worst albums with Father of All, you got to go back to the table and you know, play it safe. So I think that's what they did for this record, because the other one was so bad. So yeah, I want to know from you guys, what do you think about Saviors by Green Day? Do you think it's a return to form from the band? Are they safe? Comment and let me know. So if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to give me a like, and do not forget to subscribe. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm to get to more people like yourself. So until next time, people, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on the couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and good night.